53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 17 hours! Hey! It's not often you get to see the hour tick over live in playtime. Anyway, welcome back to Trails in the Sky. Last time, we started our trek down to Ruin and stayed the night at the Crone Pass checkpoint, where unfortunately we got attacked by wolves in the middle of the night, and Agate was there to help a little bit. So, this time, this is actually the real point of no return. Starting now, you can still go back to Bose and do anything left over there. So, I'm going to go over my traditional end of chapter checklist, although this one's going to be a lot longer than the one for the prologue. So, just bear with me for a second. You should have Liberl News up to issue 4, Carnelia up to chapter 4. As for recipes, this is where things get a little bit complicated. You should have cheese risotto, mouthful soup, red tail soup, Liberl omelette, a Baden potluck, fried eyes and eggs, beast steak, apple ice cream, fresh juice, deep fried smelt, boiled miso carp, grilled rainbow, rockfish skewer, and salmon. I can't pronounce that word. Yeah, that's a lot of food you should have. So, Valeria Shore is still open right now. You can go back there and buy all of the fish meals if you don't have them yet. As for weapons, you should have laundry pole, stun rod, paring knives, jewel razors, katars, blitz, scorpion, needler, and bear assault. For armor, you should have leather jacket and chainmail. So the two weapons that you want to keep in mind especially are laundry pole and paring knives. You can only get these from Felicia's hardware store back in the Bose market, not from the weapon shop, so make sure you buy those before you leave Bose. I think I have everything though. I'm pretty sure I've gone ahead and double checked the recipes. So, let's go ahead and talk to this guy, because once we cross the border, we cannot get back. I wonder if Agate stayed for the thank you or if he just straight up left. No more incidents, which is thankful. Yeah, we fixed one of those earlier in the game for a quest. Yeah, that definitely seemed planned, not to mention it was a pincer attack on both sides of the gate at the same time. There's definitely something going on here. As for what it is, it's still a mystery for now. Of course, like I said, once you fill out the paperwork, that is the point of no return. And so we can now officially proceed past this checkpoint. Yes, Ruin is the ocean region of Liberl. Yeah, that's definitely true. And good to know we got paid for that. Oh, right. Well, makes sense, considering that he helped too. And so here we are on the other side of the gate. You can go back in there and use the heal point, but at this point, we can't go back to the Bose region. Yeah, staying in a place where hardly anything ever happens can get you complacent. So, let's go ahead and check the regional map. As you can see, we still have quite a way to go before we reach the actual city of Ruin. We have several routes as well as a few optional locations that we can hit up. We also have to make our way through the western side of the Crone Trail. Now there are two treasure chests here, and they are very jerkishly hidden ones. I think the boiled eggers here are a little stronger than the ones in the previous area.
We're good to go.
Oh, okay, I guess they are still the same, because the only thing we have listed for the Ruin region is the attack Doberman. And just being careful, because like I said, there are some very... Yeah, there's one right there. EP charge. This situation seems familiar somehow. And you can't rotate the camera in here too, so good luck finding that one. You can kind of vaguely see some brown underneath those leaves, but yeah. These chests are, like I said, very jerkishly hidden, as was that enemy. Oh, okay. That's the King Scorpion, I believe. Don't think we've seen you show up as a regular enemy before. But you're still not listed on the Ruin region enemies. So yeah, not really much point in fighting things here. Yep, there's a chest in this very corner too. And again, you can't rotate the camera. These are two of the most easily missed chests in the entire game. Nothing to see here, move along. That's literally true, we can't even see that chest at all. So yeah, once you have those two, you can safely leave this area. You'll have more chances to get them later, but still. Here we are in Manoria Byroad. And yeah, it's time to see the ocean. For some reason, this scene right here reminds me a lot of that part at the beginning of Tales of Vesperia, where you finally kind of break out into the world really for the first time and get to see the ocean across a cliff. But yeah, this is going to be the theme of the Ruin region. It's the seaside part of Liberl, like I said. I don't think Estelle's really seen the ocean before. As Josh was pointing out now. I really like the overall aesthetic of this region. Even the grass seems a lot greener here. Overall, I really like most of the locations that we visit in this chapter. As for my feelings on the chapter itself, I'll get into that a little bit later. But for now, let's remember to swivel the map back around so we don't get too confused. Here we are on the Manoria Byroad. This area has one chest, and take one guess as to where it is. I think it's on this screen, but anyway, there are actually some new enemies to fight here, so I'll probably go ahead and show them. Which means I don't want to be running too much. Yep, there's one right there. This thing is a hammerhead. Savage pelagic monster that swims through the air, has incredibly strong jaws. I always wondered just how the whole swimming in air fish monsters in various games actually worked. I know that a lot of Pokemon did that back in Colosseum. Yeah, Pokemon Colosseum was my first 3D Pokemon game, so the animations were... I don't know, seeing all those Pokemon in 3D was pretty spectacular back in the day. I never played Pokemon Stadium though, because I never had an N64. Does anyone... I may as well just go ahead and put an HP 2 cords on someone just so I can use Tear on Joshua. The thing about this region is I associate most of the areas here with a different song, but we won't be hearing that song until the second game. So I find this music a little bit unfitting. Anyway, up here we have, yes, we do have a chest, but you do want to make sure that you're prepared for it because it's a monster chest. And we're going to be fighting a monster that I like to call Chandelure if it was a grass type. Stove Plant. Very, very weak to water, not what you expect for a water region. But these enemies are very dangerous because they can inflict confusion on you, and right now I don't think we have any confusion immunity accessories, which is really not good because confusion can cripple you quite badly. In fact, I might actually go ahead and break out the Earth Wall. Okay, you're not actually using the... You knocked Estelle out of putting Earth Wall on Joshua, dang it. I kind of like the animation they do too, the way they spin around like that. Let's just flicker you out of the turn order temporarily. Okay, blind is nice. I had a feeling that I missed there. Yeah, Pale Flame is the attack that can inflict confusion, and it's also AoE. Oh, great, you're not the blinded one. And, yep. Confusion is annoying. I didn't actually know you could get S-Grass by hitting your own teammates. Do I have anything here that cures that? I do not believe that I do. That is very, very bad. And I kind of want to save Estelle's CP here. Wow, you hit even through blind. That's really annoying. And you missed without blind. That's good for me. Okay, good, they're gone. These things are actually pretty tough at this point in the game. Prickly Seed. But out of this chest, we get Lily Necklace. This actually is Confusion Immunity. The chest is as empty as your thieving heart. Kind of reminds me of Link's Awakening there. Okay, I think I have a lot of food healing items, so gonna go ahead and use some of that. As well as equipping the Lily Necklace on Joshua. Unfortunately, we still only have one of those. I think we'll be able to buy more once we get to Ruin, though. It kind of sounds like the word Ruin, but I guess you could say we're on the road to Ruin right now, even though I am normally against puns, but that's actually technically a reference to a Crash Bandicoot level. So I make an exception for that one. Anyway, before we head down to Manoria Village, which is on the way to Ruin, you want to take a quick detour and stop at the Varan Lighthouse. But down here, there's also a couple of enemies, so you want to just sidestep around them a little bit, because we're actually going to be fighting some things at the Lighthouse. There's a hidden side quest over there. So I find this area, it's actually very easy to accidentally run back the way you came. But if you press forward, it's fine. Yeah, just look at the way the map is oriented. It's kind of the reverse of what we're used to. So, this is the Lighthouse, and we've got this guy here. Now, this hidden quest does have a longer time frame than you might expect. A lot of guides tell you to do this at the first possible chance you get. You actually do have a lot longer than that. And doing it early is a little bit dangerous, so I might end up having to save for this, and I'll probably need to make good use of my EP charges. This is actually an NPC that I'm quite well acquainted with, but you won't know why just yet. Let's just say we'll be doing quite a few side quests for him over the course of this chapter. Well, this chapter and the next game. So, yeah, this guy is kind of your typical jerk old man. Estelle definitely still needs to work on her people skills. So, we have to kind of clean up for a negligent old man, I guess. And that's all he has to say to us. And it's actually a good tip, because the monsters in here are reasonably strong, actually. Yep, Septium is being used for the lights here, obviously. Something to mention is that Septium is in fact named after the number 7, because there are 7 different elemental types of Seepith. As much as it would be satisfying to refuse, we want the extra BP, let's do this. I don't think that's like a bonus BP question or anything, but... yeah, this quest itself is obviously worth BP. So, it's time to get into the Lighthouse. Now, thankfully, these monsters are roaming around, so you can get preemptives on them. I'm gonna make a save, though, just in case. Because these are stronger than your average hammerhead. They are red hammerheads. And, yeah, they are not starting in a very good position for us to get a lot of them in Hellgates. The other problem with these things is that at least from my test run, which was on Nightmare, so I don't know how fast they are on this, but on Nightmare, they are horrifyingly fast. So, let's just see how many turns they get. I actually find Earth Wall is incredibly useful to have in these fights. Yep, they're definitely putting themselves back into the turn order pretty quickly. Okay, I think I can try and Hellgate both of you. Okay, they're not doing as much damage as I feared. Is the third one in range of this? No, seems like just barely not. They definitely rack up the damage quickly if you let a lot of them gang up on one person. This is exactly why I don't like having Joshua use taunts. In fact, having Estelle use taunt here might be useful. Okay, this could be kind of bad. Yep, I can't quite get Hellgate off in time. I might actually have to blow some CP here, come to think of it. Let's get rid of one. Estelle S-Craft. And I think this should finish off this one. Lol, I hate saying lol out loud, but yeah, lol redundant petrify. And didn't need to blow Joshua's EP there, which is good, but I do need to desperately heal after that fight. At least they're worth good experience and give pretty good Seepeth. Also, fish fillet, that's pretty funny. Have you ever heard that pronounced fish fillet sometimes? But I don't know, I've always said fillet. But anyway, kind of amusing getting a fish fillet out of sharks. I wonder if... I think people do eat sharks in some circles. I almost had a crocodile burger while I was on a holiday in Cambodia a few years ago, but never got a chance to do that. Anyway, these fights are all pretty much the same, but they're all fairly tough, so yeah. Using Flicker to push them out of the turn order is pretty effective, and Blind's nice. I don't have enough CP for Hurricane. Let's actually try Morale this time. I should probably switch up my formation and put Estelle ahead of Joshua as well, because she's tankier. Well, they're all going for her anyway. Uh-oh. We've got a few critical turns incoming. One of them, though, is taking place on... Yeah, one of them, though... Yeah, I think Flicker's a better option here, because that would push Estelle into another critical turn. Unless one of these things starts going fast and swipes that immediately, which could easily happen. We'll see. Okay, didn't quite swipe it immediately, but are you going to instantly get your turn after moving? No. I unfortunately don't have Hurricane to use in this crit turn, so I don't actually want to use Joshua's EP. At least the Sharks didn't get the crit turn. I suppose I'll try Aerial. This could end potentially badly. Or should I say this could potentially end badly? Okay, that's a little bit worrying. But I can get Hellgate off immediately, and none of you are in range of it. However, the good news is that this is still going to be enough to finish you off, because, again, Hellgate's pretty strong. Okay, what to do here? Okay, we're back down to this. Some people have actually mentioned they're kind of surprised that this game has a quote-unquote, like, near-defeat theme. Kind of like, some people cited Fire Emblem Fates, but actually the first Fire Emblem game to have something like that was Thrakia. I believe, like, the song was actually called Defeat is Near in that game. Just in case, because these things are decent at getting their turns even, decent at hitting even through blind, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I feel like somebody's going to go down here. Okay, that was bad, because if that thing had hit that, then there was a pretty high chance that it could have got, finished Estelle with its other turn. You really don't want to let your guard down in these fights. Let's just eat a salmon there and get our health back. Uh-oh. Critical turn. I kind of want to revive Joshua here. How many? I got quite a lot of potlucks in a shell, except that... Can't quite get to him. Yep, S-Craft now. Yep, panic S-Craft. Had to do that because Estelle probably would have died otherwise. And... really?! Of course, when you need Petrify, it never happens. But when you don't need it, you get it all the time. Okay, let's revive Joshua. I think there's only one fight left in this place, so... I should hopefully be able to take care of it, but I definitely am lacking... Okay, no sharks on this floor. But I am definitely lacking in, CP, which is kind of bad. And I'm going to go ahead and take my own advice and switch Estelle back into the lead here, because she's a lot tankier. Oh, you just had to turn around, didn't you? And get 3 turns on me plus 1 critical turn. Yeah! At least the critical turn ended up missing. Let's go ahead and use Aerial. Yeah, as you can probably see, these fights are no joke, and on Nightmare in particular, they can be really, really dangerous because these sharks are, like I said, terrifyingly fast. They can double turn you or even triple turn you quite frequently. Believe me, I learned that the hard way. Right, I'm actually in range to double flicker, which is pretty good. You don't often get a chance to double flicker like that, because the AoE line for it is pretty thin, like I've said earlier. And let's just finish you. And not get petrified on something that's already dead for once. Well, the crisis music may be kicking in, but I don't think we're doomed just yet. I'm glad I bought all those floral jellies back at Bose. Yeah, floral jelly is really great cost-effective healing. But we'll be getting an even better healing item reasonably soon. Oh, really? Don't have enough for Flicker. I don't know if Jewel Strike will do it, but we'll see. Oh, definitely will do it. And no more shark infestation.
Let's move out.
Yeah, like I said, that should be all of them. There's nothing up here. Oh boy, that console up there, I have kind of traumatic flashbacks to that, but we'll see why in the next game. Yeah, we'll have to wait a whole game in order to find out what I'm foreshadowing there, but believe me, anyone who's played this series will know why I get horrifying flashbacks when I look at those machines there. Huh, turns out I actually missed one of them, which is kind of weird. So I guess we have one more fight on our hands. If these fights go badly, you can always just run. Okay, good, instant death. I was hoping for that on at least one of them. Oh, I was afraid that would happen, actually. Please don't double turn me. Of course you did. As I've said, though, it can be worse. I've seen these things get triple turns before.
good to go.
And there we go, that's all of them. So yeah, that's actually a fairly tough side quest if you do it at the first opportunity that you get. You do have a little longer to do it, but you do want to make sure you don't put it off for too long because, yeah, then you'll lose your chance to do it forever. Yep, no more sharks inside your lighthouse. That's kind of a rare sentence, but it's one that makes sense in this universe. Weirdly. Of course, talking about flexing carrying muscles, and then Estelle calls him an old fossil. I do find this guy one of the more memorable quest NPCs in the game, and yeah, you can probably tell why. Ah. Yeah, you could probably guess that. Of course, Cassius's reputation precedes him. That is sadly very, very true. With Cassius Bright around, you probably don't need a lighthouse. His glory shines so brightly that it lights the way for ships just by simply him being there. That was before Joshua was adopted into the family, though. Yep, unfortunately, that is very, very true. Yeah, just keep dreaming. So yeah, that's a hidden side quest, but, well, Estelle talked big and she's kind of technically unconscious right now, or at least at 1 HP. So yeah, we are quite close to a place where we can heal, so I might as well head there and just watch out for further sharks on the way, because there are definitely more sharks down this road. And I think there are actually more of those stove plants too, so I've got to be really... Yep, there's one right there. Those things are very, very dangerous. You definitely want to be careful of them. Come to think of it, they're one of the few basic enemies we've encountered so far that has an AoE attack. So here we are in Manoria Village. This place is actually kind of iconic for this series. It's actually appeared in the Steam trailers for this game, but specifically that windmill there. Civilization, but a pretty small village nonetheless. Yes, could these be the white magnolias they were talking about? Of course it does. I'm sure there are quite a few edible flowers out there. I really, really like this moment, and it's particularly because this actually reminds me a lot of traveling that I've done myself. Stopping over at some small village on your way to your main destination and just finding a local place and getting lunch there. It's just a really nice feeling. I'd recommend doing it if you get the chance. So we can meet with a few of the people here. We don't really have much experience with this new region, so it's wise to get to know some of the stories, just to get a feel for how this area operates. Seems like there's a port over at Ruin. Oh, don't worry, we'll stop there, because obviously there's some food to be bought. Oh, that's a shame. Always nice to give these places some business. They're always relaxing, though, if you're on a trip just to head to a place that isn't really frequented all that often. There's nothing for us in the windmill just yet. But there's the inn, the White Magnolia. Not actually the one the chapter is named after, though. There's also a small food cart here that we can buy some flowers. Like I said, there are some edible flowers around here, so Estelle can actually make good on her promise to eat the flowers. We also have Fiora General Goods. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that means flour. And yeah, we can actually start buying EP chargers now, so it might be nice to grab a few of these for the road. There's also just enough ingredients sold here to make apple ice cream, which means that this place also was kind of a source for infinite money. There's also kind of a cool sounding food item here, dragon beans. I may as well grab a few of these too, just so I have something that can cure confusion. So I think she's the one who runs the flower store just outside. But the real point of note here is the White Magnolia Inn. And a little bit of backstory in this village, a lot of people here are woodcutters who frequently go up to the mountains. You know, it might be worthwhile to rest here. And they'll say for the night, but for plot reasons, we don't actually stay the night. Yeah, generic dialogue and all that, but we definitely needed healing after that last escapade. So, before you talk to this guy, which will actually get you to buy the food that you will get for the actual plot-related lunch, we want to make sure to kind of stuff ourselves and also eat a die-hard paella. And also, yeah, there's one more new recipe here, plucked herb tea. Heals HP and cures confusion and is also fairly cheap, so I might as well get a few of these too. Maybe 5 or so, yep. I'm gonna go ahead and, well, drink one, not eat, that'd be kind of weird. Yeah, saying eat herb tea made me think of someone just taking a whole bite out of the cup. But anyway, that gets us another recipe for our log. And so if we actually talk to him, though... Passing through doesn't prevent us from stopping here and trying out the local specialties, though. Especially since that pass just got attacked by a whole bunch of dogs. Into hiking, yeah, I can't see the term hiker these days without hearing the hiker dance. See, I actually really liked that song before it became a meme. So that's actually something that's not on their menu. I love how they flesh out what tourists often do in these places. Yeah, funnily enough, we kind of already tried the seafood paella. Yeah, I think you actually do have to pay for that. I wonder what happens if you don't have enough mirror. You know what? I might actually go ahead and load an earlier save and just test what happens if you don't have enough for that. Oh, yeah, well, unfortunately, we already tried herb tea, and, we already know the recipe to your specialty, but anyway... Yeah, let's go ahead and head over to the windmill. Well, you certainly look conspicuous. You're gonna bump into... Yep, thought so, but... That's what happens when you walk out of an inn backwards. Joshua certainly gets that reaction from a lot of people. Unfortunately, we've never seen anyone fitting that description. Well, we'll certainly be seeing her again via the law of genre savviness. Once again... Out of what? It looked a little bit more purple, but yeah, that was the Genis Royal Academy uniform. Turns out, if you looked at the map, Genis Royal Academy is actually pretty close to here. Yeah, I knew you'd be saying that. She loves overcompensating for the fact that Josette had her completely taken in from the beginning. You know, honestly, that's true. Estelle hasn't been a particularly good judge of character so far. Here, after that interruption, let's go ahead and check out the viewing platform in the windmill. Anytime someone ever mentions some kind of view, I think of that one gratuitous English line from the Sonic X anime. Oh, what a great view! Sonic's Japanese voice actor just loves putting in random English into his sentences. Chapter 2's beginning may be a little slow after that attack Doberman incident, but I just like how just realistically it depicts trekking on foot to a different city. And just traveling in general, it reminds me a lot of my own memories traveling around. Well, that's one way to subtitle that. Well, the chef's actually pretty far away right now. You might want to go all the way over there and... Okay then. Oh yes, this thing. For some reason, Japanese media loves this. Yeah. That's probably the saffron, I'm guessing? I actually don't have much experience with saffron in food. I mainly don't have much experience with saffron in general, apart from this city and Pokemon. I forgot about that. That's great. I can just imagine what that would actually look like. And so, awkward lunch bonding was had. No going to sleep now. We've got still a bit of a way to go before we get to Ruin. Thing is, I actually already had you take a nap at the hotel. It's probably normal to see birds flying around a place like this, but yeah, that one was admittedly pretty big. Oh, they have those here. Maybe it's a shiny! Doesn't take a lot to energize Estelle, as you can probably tell. So, as we make our way out of the village... Boy wearing cap! Gee, I wonder if you're the person that other lady was looking for. Yeah, I think she's already left by now. Well, good news, we found the person she was looking for. Bad news, she's already left, and I'm not sure if he can actually find her on his own. Yeah, it's times like this that do make you miss home. Here's the thing, though. Remember that thing about Estelle being a terrible judge of character? So good news, he didn't take our money, but the bad news is he took the bracer emblems, which is really bad because that's the proof of our profession. Yep, it finally clicks. Considering how Estelle treated Luke back in Roland, yeah, that kid's really in for it. Fortunately, there aren't many places to go from here, and in fact at this point, people in town will say different things now. So we know he hasn't come through there. Hey you, are you friends with that guy? By the flower shop. Okay, good to know. If you remember from the math earlier, there was an orphanage close by. And we have a lead. So, I think we've done quite a bit in this part. Between clearing out those sharks from the lighthouse, as well as seeing all of those scenes in Manoria village. Because Gull's Seaside Way is actually pretty long, and there are a whopping 8 chests to find there. So next time we'll be covering there. See you for that.